Hello and welcome back. I'm Joe and this is Work as Resources Soviet Republic. I thought I wasn't going to come back to this until at least more of the bauxite area is going to be done, because let's be honest, this is going to probably take 1 or 2 years. However, I had a brainwave. We have 2 super low-hanging fruits that will pay off in no time. Meat, more nuclear fuel. These guys are busy, and they're doing great. Yes, I have not hooked any real power up yet, because I'm not sure how I'm going to connect all of this to all the other power at this point. But that's going to happen whenever it's going to happen. Also, why is there a traffic jam there? There shouldn't be a traffic jam here. It would also be nice if these vehicles don't all, like, you know... Oh, it's mostly construction offices doing construction office things. Sure, why not? Can you just build a bridge here and remove that thing that you have running over there? That may make our life a little easier. Okay, if you will build a bridge here, let's just entertain that concept for just a minute. Or a tunnel. Do you want to do a tunnel? A tunnel would be easier because of everything that you have running above it. Okay, if you want to do a tunnel, it has to be a tunnel that doesn't interfere with this end station, or you have to move the end station somewhere else. I think both of those things are reasonably achievable. Let's see. Let's do a bridge first, see how it looks. If we hate how the bridge looks, we're gonna do something else. Red bridge, sure, why not? 1, 2, 3 might be, it's not tall enough. Okay, let's do our normal trick. Little bit of road, like so. Then do your bridge right next to it. Make sure the snapping is on and go 1, 2, 3. Our height is 9 meters. 9 meters is just either not enough or the power lines are in the way. We're gonna go with 12 meters, and 12 meters are blocked because of the power lines. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll try it one more time on this side, but I don't expect any real different results. That one kind of let me through, but there's no way to really get over this. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I don't anticipate to be able to get over those pillars, but there's a lot of room right there that we can just utilize here. And get a couple road connections in there if we really have to, want to, must do. Okay, whereas most of the vehicles are going the same direction, I think. So, yeah, what to do? Just do a quick tunnel. I think it will be worth it. It will take forever, but nobody really cares at this point how long this one takes, because the real problem, the real atrocity, is the vehicle lines that just parked here, not doing anything. Okay, fine. Too short, I'm sure. F3, 1, 2, 3. Get that tunnel to look somewhere, and it really doesn't matter where this goes. I think I'm going to move the bus end station that sits there somewhere else in just a minute, but not quite yet. This is now a tunnel that's completely underground. We don't want that. We do want to start on ground level and then go 1, 2. 2 is really how far I want to get down. Okay, there's the thing. We get all the way underneath this. And then there's no good way out here unless we stay underground. Alright. Unless... This is a mighty little detour that I think will give us everything that we need. It doesn't look completely hideous. It's almost reasonable. We can upgrade everything to be asphalt roads if we want to. We can still keep this crossing if we really desire that, but yeah, no, this feels good. Let's get this in here. Yeah, I could probably remove a little bit of the road as well, but no, this is fine. And now how... Well, yeah, this one's gonna move. We're gonna move that somewhere on the outside of here, maybe even away from everything. Are you gonna do that at the same time? I mean, why not at the same time? Where do you want to do it? They would come back this way. Okay, I want to keep it on this side, and there's no good reason to keep it all the way down there, because I think there's only one line connected to you, and then we're going to get to the thing that I actually want to do here. This one, the central line. Okay, where are you going? You're going this route. You're just parking there for no real reason, and you're going all the way down there, so you're not actually taking the path that I wanted you to take. No, you are kind of taking the path that I wanted you to take. But there's only 2 buses on there. I think they really don't need to go here besides for refueling. So it would be relatively easy to just turn that off or just put an end station right here. Let's just put an end station right there, and then we put an end to this end station nonsense. Cool. There's almost no one driving on here, so this is sufficient. Done. The other one has a ton of buses, so we're going to take the biggest one, not 4 spots. 7 spots is the biggest, and just replace the existing end station with the exact same end station, just a little different. How do you want to get in here? I think if you're going to do it this way, just give yourself a little extra room, like so. That looks great. You may as well just turn this into asphalt road right away. What I would like to do is find the straight piece and then go 2 nodes out from the center so I get a better angle. And then the buses should never interfere with each other. 1. Sure, there's fine. You may be saying, B-Ball Joe, didn't you just build a thing? Wow. B-Ball Joe, didn't you just build a thing that will use most of the workers that you have in this sector, and therefore will make this whole rebuilding unnecessary? Not really, because we still have to worry about the passengers, and if the passengers are happy, everyone is happy. And just traffic jams here have been happening for a very long time, and they're quite annoying, so I am happy to just get rid of them just for the sake of getting rid of them. If there's a little more that we can do with them, even better. Yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. Helicopters, I would like you to stay busy. Looks like you will stay busy here relatively easily. They're distracted. There was one comment. The comment was hazardous waste. Hazardous waste from the alumina plants. How much hazardous waste comes from the alumina plants? And it just tells me some. 12 tons of hazardous waste is a special category that it's actually storing already. And we have to determine if we can handle everything here, which, if you put it through separation, I think it blocks stuff. It's very possible that it blocks stuff. Like, I don't think I can put hazardous waste in here, because then it gets confused. Maybe I can keep it mixed waste, but no, I think it tries to turn it into hazardous waste. So it would prefer if it can get the hazardous waste, like, burned first, and then we do the rest, which then just means this setup right here is a little unfortunate, and I think what we're going to do is just fix it really quick with another small incinerator that can take the whatever hazardous waste comes in here, and that would be something like so. Sure, I just wanted to feed into that thing, and then we just don't get the cargo station to drop off in that building over there. Is that going to be okay? I think you can still get a cargo station to drop off something. We may just have to be a little bit intelligent about how we set this up. Let's see if we can actually get all the things in here. So the first one I would like to connect to here. Too steep. That's a new one. F2. Did you just make a mountain here? What happened? Why is this too steep? Must go from A to B. Too steep of a descent. Very interesting. I don't remember seeing one of those in a very long time for factory connections, but fine. If that is what you think is happening here, then that's what you think. It's a little bit too long. That should maybe be okay. Let's do this first. Get a cargo station in here, so you have at least a couple extra spots available. This one gives me 4, which is a pretty good number, honestly. And see if we can house our nuclear waste facilitator on the other side of that. And we could also argue you could probably just drop all the stuff off here. No, that's silly. You're building this for a reason. Just build it the right way. Okay, we have that connection right there. That's the connection that I really want. Looks like we have to reclaim a little more land, which we've been doing a lot anyways. I want to keep at least a little bit of a creek back here, just to keep for nostalgic reasons. And then we can go to the next upgrade. Why am I doing that? What did I say? I said nuclear fuel, yes. And what was the first thing that I said? I seriously forgot. No, I'm not going to go back into the recording and be like, what did I say? Did I say anything intelligent? Did I say anything intelligible? I don't know. This one feels like it's even longer than what it was before. And no, I cannot get closer than that. Oh, this is unfortunate. This is so unfortunate because I know that we're so close. We are so close. Let's take this back, this back. There's an incinerator. If I put you here, would you allow me to do the thing? Nuclear waste and nuclear fuel. Oh, meat! Haha! I remembered. You didn't think I would. Well, shame on you. Okay, just a little bit too long. We're not going to play with forklifts here also because someone told me that forklifts are actually not capable of handling what I would need them to handle in this area. If we put the road connection on that side, maybe we have a better chance to get our cargo people in here. Let's just see. Nope. Not if you have this road exactly where you have it, and there's no reason to have this road exactly where it was. So we can just take that one back just a tiny bit, get this connection in here. I would like you to be as far back as humanly possible, and honestly, if this means some kind of connection like this, honestly, no, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I don't really like this, but it may give us more of an access to the roads that we need of blocking everything all the time. And that should be worth it. So let's take these back. This is going to be potentially a drop-off road? Yeah, sure. Maybe not. This is going to be a pickup road. So that has to come in on like a priority angle. I don't want the road where this thing is right now. Thank you, autosave. You made me do that. Take that one back, take that one back, make this one a little more round, and hopefully connect to this in a swift swoop. Good connection there, makes me happy. Should be a good connection here, also makes me happy. Relatively easy connection right there. There should be no need for direct access to anything there. That one didn't like the road connection, the angle that I got out of this, so we're just going to do that again. F4 turns off the snappage, get a nice curve in there. Now we have a trident, that's what we wanted. And then this one, because we can, we're just going to swoop it in there, and that's going to be our waste production. Now we have humans are needed here, here, and here, which means a simple bus drop-off in this general area is what we really are looking for. And yeah, we're going to have this bus stop right to the side of the main road. The question that I need to answer myself is, is this one the bus stop that you want, or is the small bus platform with one-way roads the one that you want? I think the one-way roads at least force some behavior that should make this all a little easier, and this one will probably make my life relatively simple. That one's they're all connected. Cool. They're already connected, which is great. And we can just decide if buses need to come from here, which is from the line extension that way, or if they come from the other side. And honestly, I don't know where they come from, so we're just going to give you a shot at this, and we're going to have another one of these angle things just to keep the speed up if we can. That means there's at least 2 buses coming in here. Now you made your life harder by having a bus station with only... Well, you have 2 unloading spots, which should be fine. This one then has 3. Yeah, 2 bus stops should be sufficient for what we're trying to do here. So let's just let this happen, and we still have some room for a distribution center, office, or anything similar to that. So yeah, no, I think that's good. Cool. That's the first thing. The second thing is super easy. Why? Because we are already starting to fill up with a little bit of grain, and right now I have no other plans for the grain at all. So telling these people what to do, because all of them are yearning for some work, will be super simple. What do I have to do here? I just have to remember what I wanted to do with all of this nonsense. And on top of that, I think this one is a distribution office with probably waste. Yes, because bio-waste was a really big thing here. We have the bio-waste and a little bit of chemicals that need to be delivered here. Okay, it's such a minuscule amount of chemicals that I think I can just steal them from right here if I increase this by just a little bit and get one of these trucks to help with delivery. Should be simple. All I want you to do here is unload chemicals. 60% full. Sounds great. What do you need? Water. What do you need? It's the same thing. Water. What do you need? Slaughterhouse. Just meat, and the meat goes in there. Cool. What else do we need? They have currently no grain access. The grain comes straight for here, so I need a couple trucks to deliver to these places. And those trucks arguably can simply be direct unloaders, or use this to unload the grain. Okay, I think you were actually planning on doing that, so good job on that part. And there is how much trash? 13.5 tons. Okay, I didn't put waste here. Got it. That one I can fix, and I have a little bit of material already sitting there, which is good news, and there's my cargo connection that I wanted. So I need to move bio-waste out. That's really the main thing, and then our meat storage is right here. We don't have power yet. Does anyone have power? No, nobody has power. So let's get that in here. Nuclear fuel would be nice, but I think we all have seen how much I'm struggling with a reasonable amount of meat currently in the Republic, which is the only reason why we're happy that it's not in the 80s. But there you go. There you go. Cool. Power is there. This distribution office doesn't have power. No, it's technical service office, which is supposed to be snow, and it could. This is industrial waste. It's not going to pick up this. This is an industrial stand. How do I know that? If you go look close enough, and there, not that one. If you look close enough, you should be able to see a large waste container. There it is. You can barely tell. It's like right underneath there. If there's a large waste container standing outside, that is industrial waste. That is not citizen waste. So we will not be able to pick that up directly from here, which is okay. So all we really need is a couple waste collectors. Stand for garbage containers large, like this one. Do you want to connect to anything here? You will connect to those two things very easily. That's wonderful. That means we really just need one extra, and then one extra distribution office, I think. Something there, maybe? No, this is already up on a mountain, so that's not gonna go. You can probably just use the small one. It may get overloaded right away, but we may as well try just to see how this works. There you go. There, it was already green. I saw it. Cool. Yeah, we'll plop you in there. Construction office can just get started on all of this. Where are my friends of this construction office? That's number 8. That is number 8. Wonderful. Get you going. Cool. Helicopters are just like, I know what to do. Cool. We want fertilizer in here. Important. We want probably bio-waste in here, or also fertilizer. I don't know if we're going to bring more stuff in. Potentially. We should potentially bring more bio-waste in here. What is this? This is the bio-waste that comes from this livestock haul range, because there's going to be a ton of that stuff coming in, and we are in range of that, so that is good. And there's just going to be a direct truck transfer here, hopefully, potentially. That's good news. And then, yeah, this one is mostly going to be, I think this is what I want to do. I want to click on this. I want this to be bio-waste, and there's no reason to have anything besides bio-waste getting to this guy. So that feels all right. Good. So yeah, fertilizer here, unless I have one coming in and one going out. Let's set it up to this. One will be bio-waste, and one will be the other stuff. Make these one way. Cool. And now they should be a-okay. What do you produce? You produce a lot of mixed waste as well, and I'm assuming you are not in walking range of that. No, you're not. So you will need your own garbage container that can handle whatever we throw at it. Can I fit another one of the big ones in here? That would be great. Looks like the answer to that curiosity is nope. Which is fine. It has 26 tons internal storage. That may be enough for the production that we have here, because I don't think we're actually going to max it out. We don't have enough cow productions, but you can always stream. So this one can plop in here, like so, and now we should be pretty good. Yeah, it's got a little power in here, and we can start producing the vehicles that we need for this whole setup. What do we need? We need grain trucks, which is covered holes, when we need the large container vehicles. Okay, let's go down here and go to our special entity that is kind of set to the side for that kind of production, which is this guy. I currently have you set up to allow pickups from here, which no longer should be the case, and now we can do what I need to do. 23 of you is actually a good number, and we're going to go to 40 of you, and we're just going to mix a couple covered holes in there as well. And I do need a ton of covered holes, because they all have to be replaced in the Republic anyways. So here's what we're gonna do. Covered hole. Yep, we only have this one. There's some really nice one for grain transport that we're not getting here, but this should be okay. Move that one up to the front, and they can start producing. Why are people not producing as fast as I want you to? We will definitely max you out because I need more people to produce stuff. They are relatively happy. Productivity, that was one with 30%. There's some lower productivity and some higher productivity, so yeah, we'll just have to wait. They are trucks after all, so they do take a little bit of time to produce, but by the time a nuclear fuel facility is completed, they should be able to get started on the things that I set them out to do. We could be cheap and send a... Ooh. Okay, we have a misunderstanding here. There are several of these guys that I would like to keep. There are not a lot of other vehicles that can go on a distribution hub, so I will actually do something wild. We'll see if it works. There's a chance it will, there's also a chance it won't. I need this one specifically to now unload here. Wait until unloaded, very important. And we'll try to go to the pen repair right away, which I don't want. I want you to stay where you currently are. Okay. Just get out and get back in. We'll just wait for a minute because I don't think the other vehicle export is already there. And then once they are in storage, we have a chance to actually move them out here to at least a few of these residences. We don't have the covered holds, which then makes me... Oh, there are two options here for the covered holds. I have a lot of covered holds sitting out here. I don't need all of them. At least I don't think I do. So we can just steal 2 of you. And we could steal a couple of the covered holds that I probably have in some of the... Ah, this farm is not turned on yet. I had a feeling I forgot about them. Okay, well, we'll get there when we get there. Can I talk to you, please, quickly, and get this stuff in here? Thank you very much. Did you get everything out here done? Yes, you did. Good job. Proud of you. Helicopters are doing their thing. And what else do they need? Livestock, building about water supply, and that stuff is okay. Looks like we do have water here, which I wasn't 100% sure on. How did you get water? Did someone just deliver some water to you? Is that how that worked? Yes, it looks like someone just delivered some water to you. That's nice. That's very nice. We do have all of this water pumping in here, and that's a big water tower of a quality of 89%, which is wonderful. You require water quality of 93%. I was about to say we probably don't need to use the purified water, but it looks like we do. So let's set up a quick water distribution for all of this, because 93% is effectively any bit of impurity, any bit of waste in the area is going to cause all kinds of trouble, and that's not worth it. Turn you around. Sure, you don't want to be up there. That's fine. This one connects to everything. That looks good. But here's the thing. Normally, I don't have to point this out, but in this case, we are at 75 meters here, and we are at 42 meters here. I believe this tower is about 40 meters or so tall, and that is it, which means we're not producing, or we're not high enough for this to actually do all of the water behavior that we may want. What does that even mean, people? Don't worry about it. It's okay. But what do we need? We needed 12 cubic meters of water here. I should look at this because they may require a lot. This one does have water quality. It doesn't tell me how much water will actually take. Okay, let's look at the livestock farm. No, livestock haul range. Building lifespan, required water quality. Sure. Max power consumption, max daily water consumption, 11.10 cubic meters a day. So all of them require 12. So 12, 24, 36, 48 cubic meters of water, and then this one just requires a little bit of water. This one requires no water. Perfect. It has some chemicals already stored. Cool. So 48 cubic meters of water. Let's look really quick how much we're consuming. I have a feeling that it's not going to be that much, but we may as well. We're already in the area, and we may as well figure it out. My current water flow is 28 cubic meters, and we can easily produce 140, I think. What is your water quality? Is fine. Wear and tear is fine. Water quality is okay. What is the small water well? I forgot what it was, but small water well can pump 70 cubic meters. So we can pump 140 cubic meters. We need about 50 for the uh, livestock haul range production thing, and we're only pumping 30 currently through the city, and that's not going to increase. There's no reason why we need more water there. So what I'm going to do is actually get into... Is this one a large pipe? If this one is a large pipe, I can do what I want to do. Otherwise, I need to do something a little different. Do you look more like that? Yeah, that looks pretty much like I would think it would look. Otherwise, we can just do this, add a little bit of extra water, and pump the surplus up the hill, so we don't need an extra pump. The pump itself can handle about 150 cubic meters of water. How do I know that? You have to trial and error that and eventually get to a number, and that's about what we came up with when we did that a long time ago, so that's the number that I'm going to use. Let's get a water tower up here, because we do need a lot of water once we do need water, so we may as well have a little bit of a reservoir sitting here. Large pipe. We will be low on pressure potentially, so there's potential for me to maybe use another pump that gets stuff up here, but this should be okay for the time being. Sewage tank, we're super high up, so that should be easy. And we have a sewage tank inlet right there, which makes my life really, really simple. So all I really have to do is find a place for this to actually stand somewhere. We have everyone involved. We're going to use a large pump, a large pipe, not pump, to get all the way down here. Tunnels above terrain at some point. I don't think so. There should be no problem here, because we're set on such a high mountain on top of this that doesn't cause any issues. But getting that in should help with all these pieces. The only thing we have left is a little bit of power that we need to actually let all of this run. You don't have power, but I think I feel confident giving you a small power plant is what they call it in the game, so that's what we're going to call it here. Right across from that thing. Yeah, get you a little bit of power there. Start all this construction if we can. Construction office 8, just get everything going, and then we're just going to connect a bit of power, and then we can go back to the ship that was supposed to unload that has a potential to have made some friends. There's some room down there. Perfect. Wasn't sure if I had any extra power available, but it appears that we do, which is lucky for us. You would go down here. Honestly, down here probably. Why not just go down there? That's perfect. Cool. Get that one built. Construction office 8, please and thank you. You're doing a great job. I also didn't remember that I haven't actually turned all of that on yet, so I'm happy that all works. Okay, we have these friends down here. There are a lot of like dumper container thingies, and we will get a couple extra ones. I think it would be smart to just use the ones that I actually want to bring over, which is all of these. And just for good measure, I'm going to use one of those smaller ones. And go... I can't see where I want to go. You get out of my way. Yes. I want everyone to come down here. And what did we say? I needed to mostly handle... Okay, let's do this. I need to handle a little bit of waste coming from normal places. Sure. Is this paused? It is paused. Why? This container. I want you to mostly handle bio waste and a little bit of something else. Let's do like this, a little bit of that, and then you should be okay. Prohibit waste disposal. No, that's fine. This is technically a place where the technical service office should be able to pick up from, so I'm actually just going to send every single one of them here and hope that all works out for the better. Why is... Oh, I see what happened. It took me a little too long. The other ship has arrived, and they're now on the other ship because why not? And it's doing the things I didn't want it to do. I didn't realize that this was actually arriving, but that's fine. Unload, because I still need a couple more of you. Go to that harbor. Thank you very much. Wait until unload it, probably when you get a chance, please, and then we can talk down here and tell our... I'm sorry, I can't see anything either, but I don't want to close any of those vehicles right now. We can tell this guy that we no longer need more of the large garbage containers. Instead, I want a ton of the covered holds to drive around and get us all the things that we want. Cool. Please come back, ships, so I can move things around. Okay, that was fast enough. I thought this was going to take a little while. But vehicles are already sitting there, and you may notice that we haven't lost any money yet. That I will just attribute to luck, but I'm happy that we're at least a little lucky every once in a while. That's fine with me. Tell all of you to go where you need to go. That looks great. And then I think we have a good number of vehicles already coming out here, so maybe that's good enough. Looks like maybe a couple extra vehicles arrived in the area, so they won't let us move those anymore. And then we have these trucks already sitting here. That's good, because then we can tell you, I want you to go to that cargo station and unload here, here, and here. And then you all should be okay. Livestock slaughterhouse, they can do their thing. And then, yeah, we just have this problem now, fertilizer coming in. What are we going to do with the extra fertilizer, you may ask? I could just burn it. We're putting chemicals into it. Burning it is not the best solution, I would argue. So I probably have to find a ship that can transport solid fertilizer. I don't think that exists. So yeah, maybe I do have to burn it, because there may not be any other real way to handle that stuff. I didn't think about that before, and now I'm thinking about it. I'm just like, oh yeah, fertilizer is not that great. You need... I'm assuming you cannot. Nope, you cannot. I may have to just get a mod for that to have some fertilizer transport possible. Otherwise, it's probably just going to be painful. Alright, well, we'll just see. You haven't been able to unload everything. I think I'm okay with that. So you can become part of the normal crew again. There should be 2 ships currently assigned to you, because 2 ships got the same change. We're going to tell you to load here until you're full and do that thing, and there you go. In this case, it doesn't even want it to turn. It didn't even want to turn around. It just did the thing I wanted you to do. Plastics, yeah. Unfortunate. Oh, we have these guys ready. Cool. You don't have power supply. Cool. I feel bad about it a little bit, but I also don't. So this is fine. Let's put the big power plant a little further away from where the helicopters are going to be. You probably don't have a good way to have fuel brought to you, which is unfortunate. Also, only 40 tons available to get delivered there. That's also unfortunate. The tunnel is happening over here. That is fortunate, of course. And then I think what I'm going to do, because these are all full, do the thing that I talked about, where I'm just moving one of the tankers from each distribution office down to this guy and start a new task. Pick up from there, please, and thank you, and start bringing stuff to other places. For example, excuse me. For example, this guy over here. Thank you. And then this guy over here. Can you please get a couple helicopters in so we don't have to worry anymore? When you get helicopters for this, you have to look for the fire bucket water capacity. 4,790 liters, 5 tons of water is effectively what you're looking for, and then you can compare the prices. But it looks like all of the prices are effectively the same depending on what the depending on the bucket load. So let's just use the one that has the coolest color. I think this one is a firefighter color. We're just going to get 3 of them, and now fire shouldn't be a problem in that area anymore. And as you can see, there is a lot of waste sitting here from stuff that has burned down because I have neglected it, and that's not going to change. Our population has also not changed, which that I would consider a really good thing. Helicopters, you have more stuff to do. Please come down here and get all of those things done. They're doing the bridge there apparently. Construction office 2, there's more stuff for you to do too. So don't even try to abstain for no real reason. Looks like the construction office has stopped doing some work over there. That's not helpful, so let's go talk to you. Get you back on track of what you're actually supposed to do out here, and then you should be fine. It looked like the harbor may have been ready for action. Let's go check it out. Because I am curious. If it is ready, maybe it's time to use it. No, it's not 100% ready. There's still a couple sitting here. And I don't know if you noticed, but the harbor doesn't currently have anything set up for meat. Not import, not export. Which is not ideal, because meat transport is no faster than any of the other transports. So I felt like it may be a requirement to add that. I can probably have a quick road connection go around this thing. Can I? If I can, then this is going to be super easy. Yes. No. It's just like, yeah, if you want to drive out here, you can, but good luck not having your wagons fall off. That's okay. This is not a model train. This is a normal, regular train, and these are very, very rigid trains. I don't know. They're relatively good trains, okay? They can handle a little uneven terrain if they absolutely have to, so now they absolutely have to, and that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, we're just gonna see if we can plug a little harbor in here without doing a lot of terraforming, because we've done that now. We've done a ton of terraforming, so we may as well just call this good. Ships, yes. Cargo harbor, medium would be ideal. We don't need 3 spots for this because it's just meat. 156 meters versus 79. We're gonna go with 156 meters. The game's just like, yep, no problem. I'm gonna flip you over so I have a better connection. This one doesn't have a fuel connection right away, so that's something I have to figure out in just a little bit, but that one connects relatively happy. That's wonderful. Get me my meat storage, and in this case, I think I'm okay. Where's my refrigerator? There we go. We have 2 cargo connections, 2 factory connections. May as well use them. We may as well make the best out of the situation because we already screwed up. So those 2 can go there, then give me a quick little cargo station. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. A short one like this is probably going to do everything that we need. And the game is just playing along. The game is just like, yeah, I can put that here. Is there anything else you need today? To which I would say, no crashes maybe would be wonderful. I haven't had a crash in a long time. But no crash would be wonderful, and just to make this one work, I need to give it a crossover here, but that's not really impacting a lot of what we need to do out here. F4 gives me snapping back, that's wonderful, but I don't think I'm going to get any real connection on that mountain. So that's what we're going to have to do. You can come out here. You hopefully have a chance to cross this thing. I saw it being green. Just be green again, please. That was a green aspect. I saw. There it is. Okay. You should have no problem getting down here. There's also a meat connection that you need to take here. Then you turn around. Cool. You go up here. Cool. What is a specialty about meat? Meat needs refrigerated. And a refrigerator famously require power to run. So we have to find a way to get a little bit of power out here. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it has to be enough to make everyone happy. So let's get an electricity out here. Also, we do need power for the fuel to run around, but the fuel doesn't need to be constant power. This one does need to be constant power, so there you go. I'm trying to still cover as much as I can, but I guess this is going to be all I'm going to get. Underground wire, probably really just a small wire is going to be enough. Where we're going to connect you to. There are 2 outlets right here that you can connect to. Wonderful. We're going to use that. There's a chance I'm going to get to our meat production today, but I don't think there's a high chance that I'm going to get to the nuclear fuel production, the extra one, because we're already pretty much not at the end of the episode, but it's been a long time. We've been here for a while now. Yes, you can just run right next to the road. That looks lovely. And let's call it semi-realistic. You can cross right here. That feels right. And then where's our actual connection? That's right there. Okay. Go over here. Actually go in there so we don't run into any trains while you're doing things. Then come a little down so we don't interfere with the bridge that sits here. Go over across this. And then get right there. Cool. There's power. Construction office. 5? Sure, 5. You want to come out here. Don't mind if you do. There are a couple of road pieces that you probably can be very helpful with. It would be nice if I can tell my helicopters not to take every job that's under their nose, but honestly, to do that right now is a lot of micromanagement, and I don't want to deal with that. But we have 400 million in the bank! Oh my goodness! Things are going better! I'm very excited about that. It has a lot to do with how much steel we're probably currently producing in-house, so that's super exciting. But just in general, those are good things. The meat storage that I have out there, once our meat production is up to the task, I'm probably actually going to use that one to do the exports. I'm a little excited about that. But yeah, I'll be fine. Oh, these places up here, you haven't actually connected anything. That is true. This is supposed to be a liquid fertilizer tank for all of them. Notify if empty is the wrong checkbox. Store this item is the correct checkbox. So yeah, it should be okay. Do you have everything hooked up that you need? Yes. You, sir, I would like all of your bio waste to go right here. That's why I want you to unload stuff. That's a distribution office needing to do something there, or you get a garbage truck to handle that for you. Good call. I think this one, technically, I think the... Ah, yes. You see the ones that are highlighted? Those are the one the technical service office is going to go pick up. So it's actually going to handle all of the ones that you see here, but it may not handle the livestock farm waste itself. We'll just have to see how that works, but as long as this one overflows into the connected ones, I'm not terribly worried about any of this stuff. So yeah, bio waste goes there. Everything else I would like you to transfer into this thing. Sure, and then we're just gonna undo the bio waste one, which would be if I click on that. Nope, it doesn't remember. There we go. Just triple checking here that I actually did the right thing. Should be good. Everything's connected to the right thing. You should technically be mostly bio waste, so we're just gonna upgrade that to that looks fine. On the same note, you should have the same setup, so do all of these. Great. Power is here. We have power. We do not have sewage. It looks like we do have water. Sewage, not surprisingly, is one of the ones that takes forever. But only 300 more days. That's not that bad, especially when we have a couple helicopters around that can help with this. So we may actually start seeing some meat production by the end of the day. How is stuff going over here? Just still a very long traffic jam, which 4,000 work days left. yeah, it's gonna happen, totally. It's just so long. I don't know why it's so funny, but let's get some water. Good. Surprisingly, happiness is where I need it to be, and the money is kind of going in the right direction. I didn't expect that. I actually thought we were doing a lot worse on money, but we're apparently just scraping by, which makes me feel like our next mega city is much closer than I anticipated, so that is a little bit exciting. We do have a bunch of harvesters sitting here, and we do have a few tractors sitting here. I don't think we have enough, but we do have at least a few. So how about we just get them assigned to a place and let them start driving. We have 11 sitting here. How many do we actually need out in the farms that we want to go to? Why is it so cloudy up there? Haven't assigned the farms yet. Maybe we should do that first. Just send the tractors over here. You can figure out, not the tractors, but the harvesters over here. You can figure out who goes where then. Good idea. Minimum fertility. Yeah, we can leave that. There's an oil tank here that can do what they need to do. They get their fertilizer in. Let's pause really quick so I can unassign all the fields and get them the right places at the right time. This is left farm. This is right farm, so right farm can start. Cool. You want to start on this. So probably 1, 2. Looks like out here is 3. Sure, why not? 3. And then this one goes in there. 4, 5. I'm just looking at the shortest driving distance. 6. And then, sure, 7, 8, 9. Because at this point I have to go back to refuel. 10, 11. 11 divided by 3 per year is 4. 4 harvesters is what this one gets, and that sounds good. Let's go talk to this one and see if we have any extras left over. Sure. 1, 2. I'm assuming it's a triple threat again. 3. This one. Sure. 4. Oh, there's another one there. Let's try again. Okay. Where's the road connection? There's the road connection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this one would have to go here. 6, 7, 8, 9. These are not connected yet because that is not connected yet because you, construction office, are not where you're supposed to be. That's fine. They will figure that out. So that one's also 11. So we need 4, 4, 8, 8, 12, 12 in these in terms of number of tractors, covered holds, and those things. They'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Everything is super. Let's see how we're doing over here. I need 3 extras of this sort to fill up what we have going on over here. And then obviously the rest has to go. No, not to that farm. We're going to bring them to that farm in just a sec. But for right now, they have to go 1. I'm assuming that we need this much. This many trucks driving here once we actually turn this on. Is the underground pipe done? Yes, the underground pipe is done. So everything is doing what I needed them to do, which is wonderful. Now, how many people do we need? 50, 150. And then this one just gets a little extra, and this one gets a little extra. So 75 plus 150 is 225. That is 2 buses being full at the same time. And I think what I'm going to do is just pick up, go there, and then the other one's going to go pick up from there and there. So, do we have a couple buses up here? Yes. Oh, yes, we do. Oh, this is perfect because probably 4 buses are sufficient, or however many buses we can fit into this storage with the excavators, because that would be fun. They will go refuel right away, which is just what they do, I suppose, and that's okay. How are we going over here? We are going okay, but not quite fast enough, so little more please. Yeah, I'm still okay with the helicopters just doing the back here as much as they can, but I would like our construction friends to do a little bit more work. I think it is time that I have construction office 9 assigned to something. Assign construction mode. No, assign construction office. Yes. Click the button. If you're a software developer of any sort and you build a UI that has checkboxes, do not, I repeat, do not only allow that checkbox to be clicked when you click exactly inside the checkbox. If I click this, I want it also to be clicked. It's the thing that bothers me the most. I'm a software engineer. I make mistakes, but that thing just drives me up the wall when UI, UX has that behavior, and it's completely irresponsible, in my opinion. Completely. Entirely. Just ridiculous. Rant over. Thank you very much for listening. You go there, and then we can upgrade this to electrification 2. Once you feel like it, you can't get there yet because the signal is probably in a funny place. But that should be fine. Alright. Bus-wise, you should be happy now, right? Yes, at least one of them is happy, which is really all... Well, I need 2. I need 2 to make this work. There we go. 2 to tango. Let's get you out here. And then say, if you feel like going there, and then make a little bit of meat, and if nobody else is needed, you go here, you can go. You will do the same thing but in reverse, and then we should always have enough workers in most places whenever appropriate, and we can probably scale down number of workers in both places, and that should be fine. How many buses do you want to run? How many do we have available? Looks like we can add 2 each, which will be too much, but sure. 2 there, and 2 here, and we'll just see how it plays out, because once the meat is producing, we should be in a pretty good spot to never need meat again. So the thing that we built down here by the harbor is completely useless, but it will be an export for meat, which that shouldn't be useless once we have that one actually going. Construction office 5, I believe, is who works up here, so let's get you just a little more work done. Great. Productive episode. This can easily be looked at as one of those episodes where, let's see here, where I could have just called it housekeeping, but I think we have done a few things that may be part of, you know, moving things along in the right direction, which is always an exciting thing to have going on. Now, who do we have here? Nobody yet, no trucks available, nothing. This year there's no harvest, obviously, because that just wasn't going to happen. But down the road, that should be different. Now, how many trucks do we have available to move from down here to the other place? I don't know the answer to that, but I would like it to be a handful. There is quite a bunch, 13, probably only 10 or so, which is honestly not enough for what I need. But I think if I tell this to some vehicles, yes, it's highlighted in yellow, that's important because if I highlight it in yellow, I'm looking here, yes, it left all the garbage trucks where they were and moved the other guys to where I wanted them, that is exciting. Where do we want the garbage trucks? I don't know. There's still a little bit of room here, so let's move a couple more of those garbage trucks out. And then, oh, I know a place that needs them right away because there's so much waste produced right down here that has to happen. Cool. Get those garbage trucks in there, and then there's a potential that, yeah, we'll just fill this one up with more garbage trucks. Beautiful. I found use for all of them. I'm so proud of me. Okay. You guys are still causing traffic jams here. I'm so happy that I'm putting in the tunnel. It will make life so much easier for most people. We could find a better shortcut right here that is not as sharp of a turn. So we're just going to swoop around. Yep, swooping is the word of 2025 and get you into that tunnel if that's where you have to go, so you don't have to go like jackknife down here to get to where you're trying to go. How are people doing over here? Not happy because traffic jam. that makes perfect sense. I would like this one to get done like right now so I can actually bring a couple... I think number 2 is out here. Good. So I can actually bring a couple helicopters in. And then power. Do you have power yet? No, we don't have power yet at all here. Even if you turn it on, you're not going to have power yet. Alright, fair enough. Store this item. We don't have full rail connection yet, so do not bring a train of fuel in just yet. That'd be smart. I am so surprised by how slow this thing is working on this thing, even with a couple workers there. I feel like it should be working a little faster, but that's okay. Shop is out of goods. I'm assuming that is the line with no meat at the line, which is super cool. Plastic, how's that going? None. Okay. Yeah, the harbor is ready. I have like 5 minutes-ish to do something. The harbor is not quite ready. Oh, this is the problem. I don't think I ever fully assigned these guys what they were supposed to do, and I also realized that those guys were reduced in numbers a long time ago because I wanted to save a couple workers, and I did, but I didn't do it right, so now I have to pay the price for that. But we are, like, this one is ready. This one could be connected to things. If I bring a couple train cars down here, I do have to produce a couple train cars for this. This is all just box cars plus a couple pieces of meat. And we could say that this guy can just handle the meat once the meat is done, so I don't even have to add more meat cars, meat trucks to that area. That one is actually, makes me actually kind of happy. So let's look at what we can do down here. You're completely empty and you're trying to produce this. These are the wagons that we need. We have some money. You have some money. You could start producing a ton of the box cars, unless you already have a lot of them sitting around here. Let's go look. No box car. No box car. And also the number here has gone down on top of me removing a couple of them. So I do know that the replacement of vehicles, especially trains, has been working okay. So yeah, that's good. Box cars is really all I'm looking for. Okay. We have a little bit of money in the bank. I think we can afford what I'm about to do. I've done this now a couple times. How many boxcars do you need? I'm guessing at least 40. At least. I will just have to see how that works. Not that one. This one looks like the right one because you probably have at least one vehicle on board. That looks good. This is the line that I want to look at. Okay, number 3 is the line that we want to do something with. I don't want you to do anything at this station, just so that we can keep what we have. And then let's go ham on cargo wagon. This boxcar, nice and good size. And what did I say? Like at least 40. Let's do 50 for good measure. We'll just fill this whole thing up, and then the harbor can actually be used. That'll be exciting. I could cancel this. 1600 more work days. I don't know what happens to the material that we already put into this, and it will be worth a little bit, and we do need some of those diesel trains to get things organized for us, so let's keep them. You could, technically, start importing a couple things. Like plastic is a big one that we could just get in here and get our not chemicals, our... Can you transport plastic? Yes, you can. Yeah, you can transfer. Yeah, we're gonna use you. Plastic is one of the bigger ones that we don't have yet. So let's not put you on that line. Let's not do any of this. Reset all the things. 645 tons of plastic. It is expensive, but go to the border, please. At the border, I would like you to load, not unload, plastic. Very good. And then I would like you to bring all the plastic over here. Cool. Unload plastic. Talk to one of these. That one's chemicals. Cool. That one's mechanical components. That one is plastic. Wonderful. So I don't even have to change anything because I already understand what I want them to do. And then I will just tell... This one is probably not a good one, although this one needs more wagons. Only 18 wagons there. Feels like you're not actually full. You have 19 wagons. You may be full. I don't know how many wagons we can actually fit in there. Probably something worth finding out. But yeah, let's get a little bit of plastic in. And, oh, you look like you have 24 wagons available, and you probably pick up plastic from somewhere. It's mostly non-plastic mechanisms, though. Okay, let's just talk to who brings stuff out to here, which is plastic, which is this one. Distribute this one, and then this one. They're both different. But this one at least has a lot of wagons. Okay, where are you? You are down here, mechanical components. Interesting. There was... Oh, this is tourism. I tried to increase a little bit. You have a lot of wagons, but really nothing that I can do with you, so that's not helpful. And the other one I already clicked away, so that's not helpful either. Let's find you again. It will be this one. 18 wagons. Yes, it is all the way down here, and there's barely ever anyone parked here. So you are not my favorite candidate to make this work. That's okay. Do we have some buses driving around yet? Yes, the buses have arrived. We don't have an end station for either of them. I can see a place where an end station is actually appropriate. Why care about an end station so much? It's a repair opportunity. That's the main thing we get from an end station. And it's totally worth it. There's 2 lines running, which means we want to have enough. I always like seeing power lines in range of my end stations because of fuel. But yeah, if we put you here, the buses will just come down the hill, go... Oh, come on. There you go. Get those things connected. Construction office 8, you can get in here. And then we do have a repair station there. We could have tried to squeeze it somewhere on the line here. But we have so many trucks that can just come out and do a little bit of repairs, and that should all be fine. How's it going? You are producing meat. That is wonderful. Already 62 tons. That is excellent, excellent work. Which also means my friend over here with the meat wagons. And how many do you have? You have some. I don't care how many you have. But you will now be able to pick up meat from right here. From yours truly, and we should be better for the Republic because you're mostly responsible for meat distribution, so that should help already. And then once this one is full, we can worry about exporting some stuff through the new harbor that we are getting. That all looks fine. Chemicals, you should have room for a couple helicopters. No, the helicopters are here and they do have fuel, so that is good. The other one was out here. I would like to not have stuff burned down right away. You should probably do a quick power line access. Okay, quick power line access coming right up. Yes, I totally am overusing this, but I think it's a game mechanic, right? So it's allowed. There we go. This is not going to run power for this whole area, but it's going to be a good enough start. What do I need? Number 2's out here. Number 2's out here. Very good. Yeah, they have a lot of stuff to work on, which is wonderful. I just always want more. Purchase vehicles. We talked about this already. 1, 2, 3. That looks good. Fuel distribution for what we have right now will just require you to bring a couple units here for now. This is where we're going to get all of the fuel in once that gets officially done, but it's going to be a little while longer because we don't have electricity out there yet. Are you done? No. All right, it's going to be a while. Yeah, that's good. Cool. We are producing meat. Wonderful. So the cow paradise, or so they thought, is effectively done. Cool, we're using it. That's a good thing. That's an excellent thing. We talked about needing 4 of these here, and I don't care that we're not going to go perfectly even or efficient, but we may just have to sell a couple of these guys in just a minute. But you can still go over there, you can go over there, and now we should have no fuel for those guys. That's fine. You would go there, and then we have 6 and 5, because I think we had 11 total available. This is not enough, because this is not 12, this is 9. But it may be a good enough start, because more harvesters should give us a chance to have more fields at the same time early on. So stuff should have less of a chance to rot while they're out there, which is a good thing. So we can actually fill them up with what we have available there. This is 8 tractors, which, if you do the math, is twice what we have for harvesters, which means it can fill up this guy just fine. And right away. Cool. That's exciting, because I forgot that I haven't sent them yet. We have how many more here? 6. That's not terrible. I would like a couple more, but we may be okay with just what we have available here. Don't use your scroll wheel while you're panning across the thing. Send them here. Very good. And then send the leftovers truck-wise here. Thank you. How many are you sending? I don't know. All of them. Cool. How many vehicles are heading this way? I'm guessing most of the trucks, but let's count. There is 9. So 9 trucks go here, and 9 trucks are already there. We can always add a couple more to that, but for right now, that's good. Look at the money. We had 300 million, and now we have less. Yes, I purchased a lot, and I have not created a lot, so I'm not surprised that that is currently going the way that it is, but that's fine. I will turn that one on, so these buses don't have to run as much as they are running. I am surprised that we don't have any bio-waste coming through yet. There's a little bit of bio-waste coming in there. Oh, because we're slaughtering everything right away, so there's no space for this guy to actually produce bio-waste, which I'm totally fine with. If we can turn most of our stuff into meat, instead of a little bit of fertilizer, then that's fine, because all of our fields are currently naturally fertilized. Mostly, not the ones over here. Let's go to the one where I can actually show that point. If we go over here, these fields are already fertilized because a lot of crops just stayed on the fields for a very long time. And the side effect of that is simply that it's only 4 to 2. Is this the right ratio? That 1 to 2 trucks to 3 tractors? I think it's the other way around. Doesn't matter. We can optimize that later if we really feel like it. Okay, good. There you go. I filled the 5 minutes with 10 minutes of content, or just blah blah, which is totally the same thing. Thank you so much for watching. What do we have now? There's still nuclear fuel facility needing to be built. Why? Because we have only one place that has a ton of unemployed workers, which is most of the Nerpo flats over here. Like, there's 77 sitting there, there's 55 over here, there's another 50 over here, there's another 40 over, like, all the unemployed workers are in this general area, and I just showed you like 300 of them, and then the other few are semi-employed, but not as much as I need them to be, and There's a lot of people just waiting here to do its thing. We have cement, which is not super useful. We don't need cement because it doesn't really make money. And then we have this. It needs 120 workers for that thing, and 120 workers for this thing. So 360 for a round there, which means we are a little on the short side on citizens that we need. Maybe we'll just expand to here and build a city. And then just, where do you propose to put the nuclear production? Because it will produce a ton of waste. We could, there's already a lot of waste here. Hey, St. Anton, that's a church that I looked for in like episode 1. We could put it right here and handle everything through the border. We have rail connection right here that we could use for everything if we wanted to. Export everything to this customs house is an option, totally. We'll just have to look at it. Whatever makes the most sense. Rail for this, yes, we have a lot of room here. Yes, all of those things are great. And there is some room that just would make it really easy to get all those things connected. So maybe that's what we're going to do. Not convinced yet. Oh, that's the plastic guy that's getting currently all its stuff organized. I like it. That's why the money went down, because we bought a lot of plastic, I think. This looks good. Boxcars being produced. Everyone is kind of happy. We're getting a couple more covered hulls, which we need, and a couple more meat trucks, which we always need. I'm always looking for more meat trucks. So let's move you out of the export line. That's a fire truck. Fire trucks are very rare. I would like to keep you around. Get you out of that zone. Get you out of here as well. And then there's a snowplow, also very rare. Very, very rare occurrence. We got to keep them around. And oh, this is music to my ears. A full steel storage in the vehicle production line has not been there in about a decade. Once I turned off steel imports for the first time, that's been not a thing. And now it looks like it's actually happening. You're doing aluminum a lot. You're trying to get more prefab panels to export. That's excellent. We are full of steel here. Not full, but full enough. That is super cool. And yeah, people are generally happy. And how's this going? Have we picked up some? Yes, a train has actually picked up some of the meat that was sitting there and it's moving it around. We could turn this one on and turn, well, get some crops in there if we really felt like it. But things are going great. A little more money would be great. But I'm just dragging this out, aren't I? Yes, yes you are, and there's nothing else you can do right now. You just have to wait and be patient and get a couple things done here and there, and then continue with whatever's going on in this space. Do you want to make this a high priority so you can actually get a little bit of power in here? Yes, yes I do, because I would prefer not to burn all of this down. That would be cool, but who am I? Who am I to decide that, right? Good. Yeah, let's get those things done. This road just barely got done. This is ridiculous in the time that we've been playing. Great. Okay, next time I'm going to be back. Nuclear fuel is the plan for that game. We still have people without workers, which is lame. I'm just distracting myself because I can. Get me this line. I'm just going to set them up to actually go to this thing. That thing has to get fuel from one of the fuel distribution offices. That will be important. Cool. And yeah, we're good. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again next time, hopefully. Well, bright and early and all that stuff. No, just whenever you watch me, normally. I appreciate that you watch me. That's really all I'm trying to say. So I will see you then. If you haven't subscribed yet, think about it. I mean, I haven't said that in forever. So if that is something you're willing to do, I would welcome that. Good. I've done it. See you later.